here with my friends Matt and Phil from Monster Squad. They just put out this new album, Depression. How long technically have you guys been a band?
January of '97 was our first practice. The first or second week of January, and I remember that because I had just gotten my first or second set of cymbals, my first new set of cymbals for Christmas.
Yeah. I just want to ask you guys a few questions about, you know, putting out an album after so many years and how it's been, like, being a band for all this time.
We practiced 2 times, sometimes 3 times a week for like 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
From like 97 until around 09, whenever we decided to stop touring, something like that, around 08, 09, something like that. And I think our deal was like, well, at that point we had become a touring band and there was no point of, I shouldn't say no point, not to discredit our immediate area, but it's like, well, we've already played around this area a lot. Like,
Yeah.
you could see us multiple times a month if you wanted
Definitely.
to. So when we were like not going to tour anymore, it's like, well, there's no point of doing Sacramento, Berkeley, Oakland,
Right.
SF, San Jose,
Yeah.
all the time like we'd already been doing.
Yeah.
So I know for me personally, that was a mind fuck to not show up to practice on Tuesday that following week. It's like, oh, cool. What do I do with my hands now?
Gotta get a new hobby.
Yeah.
almost.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
for me personally, I played in a couple other bands, which was actually super beneficial to this record because
Yeah.
I got to explore other realms of
And you
music.
can hear it in this album, definitely.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I would say this out of all the Monster Squad albums that I've listened to repeatedly, this is like has its own concept almost. You know, like
Yeah.
it definitely, even with the name too, you just kind of go in it like and reading the lyrics, and you're like, wow, this has a whole
Right.
different, like not different from Monster Squad, but like it's its own story.
Sure. And I was
in
nervous
the
about the
album.
name. That was all Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man. This is too like, it's too like obvious.
Yeah.
Basically, is how I felt. But
Right.
it worked out good. Worked
No,
out
I
perfect.
definitely I felt that. It was
Yeah, I
good.
kind of feel like it needed to be addressed, it needed to be stated, and it needed to be like, because people need to talk about it.
Right,
Like,
yeah, and this is definitely
too many people
with
just
the lyrics,
hold
like
it in, you know, like, and
Yeah,
just
the-
need to talk about it. And,
Definitely. The first thing I thought was like, this is gonna adhere to the young kids that are just getting into punk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way it's like the lyrics and just the tempo and just the whole presentation. Right when you start listening to it, it's like you can tell that that's gonna attract the youngest crowd too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's like it made me feel like I was 13 again. Kind of like getting into punk almost over again.
Well, I mean, that's good because I mean you're older and like it made you feel that way, which is good because like for
Yeah.
the older audience that's gonna listen to it,
Yeah.
it's gonna help. You know, hopefully it'll also relate to them. And,
We wanted to remain, as true as we can to our old stuff. But
Yeah.
I think I was trying to pitch when we started talking about doing this more. I don't know. I guess me personally, I was like, we can make it super easy.
Yeah.
Like, let's make it easy on ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I think that
Get too complex.
I think we tried to, I think things started off, super simple, and we started getting complicated. Like we wanted to prove that we weren't just a basic, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah,
But
totally.
we wanted like, no, man, we can play some other stuff, and it'll
Yeah.
be okay. And then so I think this album has a mixture of like the simple, straightforward songs, but then
Right.
ones with the weird solos and
You've
not
got
off
the
time
roots,
stuff,
but you've got the
breakdowns.
progressives.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's certain parts of the songs where I hear like Strength and Pain.
Oh, for sure.
and,
Oh, yeah,
like,
totally.
It's like, I get like the percussion and stuff, and then like certain breakdowns.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
that's how I was feeling too. There was
Yeah.
a lot of throwbacks.
Yeah, you're like,
within
oh, yeah.
each song. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I was super pumped about because I didn't want. I hate it when like bands, fucking like make killer albums and then they make that new one that's like, oh, they're trying to like reach a different audience. and stuff.
Right.
And
Yeah.
We're not really trying to reach a different audience. We're just trying to maintain what we have and
Kinda
stay
evolve
true.
your
Yeah,
audience.
and obviously we're gonna progress as we get older. and stuff.
Definitely.
And then Friday, June 29th, we're playing the Fuck You, We Rule OK festival again in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And those guys have been super fucking awesome to us.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, it's one of the
They're-
reasons why we put this record
can't
out.
Yeah, no,
honestly,
absolutely.
that, yeah.
because like so many people would come up to us and be like, "Hey man, you guys' songs meant so much to me. Like, it got me through hard times. And
Yeah.
like, there's parts of my life where I just didn't want to live anymore. And like, I listen to you guys, and you guys are just bring me back and just like made me feel like I had a purpose and I can get through it.
Yeah.
And obviously they're talking about strength through pain, so that's kind of why we wrote this album. I mean, like there were so many stories that just kind of hit for us where we're like, damn, like we actually make a difference. And like, because I mean, we took a hiatus for a while and we didn't know that like anyone cared. And then when we went to play Tulsa, we're like, oh shit, people actually are listening.
Definitely resonated.
And then it just kind of felt like there was still more work to do. There was still more shit to talk about to people, and like so.
And like on the adult side, like we've all gone through a lot of stuff in this last 10 years, whether it was with music or not. I mean, all the heavy stuff was way outside of music, and like I'll say it reaffirmed my bond.
Totally.
Like with Phil and like and the guys, it's like when you go through heavy shit with people, your bond is tighter no matter what you're going through. The only tour we have booked right now, we're going to UK, Europe, and Russia for one show in August.
Wow.
We've been given this opportunity to where some folks are down to fly us places to do shows, and it still like blows our mind. Like, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Like, we don't take that stuff for granted, man. That's a big deal. That's someone investing heavily in you, and like, but again, like we get to hang out. It's like going camping with friends.
Yeah.
Like, the hardest part is having band practice.
True. Our first show was one that Dave like just would stop.
He would literally stop in the middle of the song, and I remember kept on playing. He's playing. He's like,
I don't know.
He just went like, he just went blank. Just went total blank.
Classic.
It was like, but it was crazy, man, because they were both crowded shows. And I think it set the tone of like, oh, whoa, this is like what shows can be. Like, we had no idea.
Right.
I mean, just like I was 15, you were 16.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's 15, 2 16s, and Dave was 17.
That's how I felt at Soccer Nation when we all played together.
Yeah.
That was like,
that show was
I
rad.
just remember looking up from the drums and Circle Pit was the entire room. And it was going fast. And I was just like, okay, go fast.
You were really young at that show.
Dude, I was really young. Yeah, I was like 16. Yeah. That was an awesome show.
Yeah.
You gotta pick up this new album, Depression, from Monster Squad, iTunes, direct download, or from these guys at Pirates Press.
And Voltage Records in Europe.
Yeah,
our buddy Martino put it out for us.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.
Yeah.